Hey one and all, welcome back into the stream. For you guys today, I have some Premier League Matchday 1 tips. The Premier League starts in about 21 days, starts on the 16th of August, goes from round 1 all the way through to round, I think it's 38. Yeah, round 38, which ends on the 25th of May. Let's get back to round 1. There it is. Alright, so, I don't know why that came up. Alright, so, we've got, in round 1, first game, Liverpool v Bournemouth. Now this is a good game. I reckon Liverpool could very much well lose this, or even draw it, which would be quite bad in the early going, especially, I reckon. So, it's a good game. I reckon Bournemouth did really well last season. I reckon obviously Liverpool did well because they won the title, and they'll want to start strong. Liverpool, they will, especially with the loss of Diego Jota to that car accident. So yeah, they'll want to start well. I think Bournemouth will be all right in this game. They might even score a few goals, but um, if they don't, then well, actually, I think they will score. They are a good team, um, especially with that Evan Nilsson guy who gets on the score sheet a lot. So I'm going to go Liverpool 2, Bournemouth 1 to start us off. Aston Villa v Newcastle. Now this is a good game because last year I remember in the very final match, Newcastle needed Villa to lose. I can't remember, but I think that Newcastle needed Man United to beat Villa or draw with Villa for Newcastle to stay in the Champions League spots. Otherwise, it would have been Aston Villa in the Champions League spot and Newcastle in the Europa League spot. So this is a big game to start us off. And yeah, that's kind of just what I thought about. But yeah, it's a big game for both. I think Villa will be the home steady favourites in this game, but Newcastle can definitely cause an upset for sure. So big game. I do reckon Newcastle score. Do I think it's enough to maybe get a 1-1 draw or even a win? To be honest, no, I can't see it. I still think Villa are going to be too strong. So again, I'm going to go for another 2-1. Anyway, coming down to the next game, we've got Brighton at home up against Fulham. Now, both teams here, I think were both patchy last year. I reckon both can do much better. And to be honest, I think Brighton will do a lot better this season. I know last season they were really, really bad, and to be honest, they weren't that high up the table either. I reckon this year they're going to push for maybe top 6 to 8 spots, like between 6 and 8. I reckon they'll win this quite comfortably actually. Um, but I don't want to write off Fulham because they are a good team. So I'm going to go for a 3-1 win to Brighton in this one. Now we've got Sunderland and West Ham. West Ham, very, very poor last season. In my thoughts and my opinion, I reckon they were really lucky to stay up. Um, but everyone has their own opinion, so fair enough. Sunderland, they're a new team coming into the competition. I hope that they do well because over the past 3 seasons, we've had all three new teams who have come up, gone straight back down, and someone needs to stay up to change that trend because we just can't have that, man. We want it to be close. We want it to be tight. We want it to be fierce, and we want it to be some good Premier League games. And to be honest, sorry, pardon me. To be honest, I reckon Sunderland can actually start their defence um, in this game. I reckon that Sunderland will beat West Ham in this game. So I'm going 1-0 Sunderland, which would be huge for Sunderland to start like that. So, yeah, I'm picking it. I know a lot of people probably wouldn't pick a Sunderland win here, but come on, man. We can't have the three teams that came to the top then go back down. We can't have it. So I'm predicting Sunderland maybe not to stay up, but at least get a few wins on the board early. Unfortunately, the same can't be said for Burnley. However, hold your horses. Tottenham. They're facing Tottenham, and I don't know why, but in my mind, I can just see a Burnley 1-0 win. I don't know why. Cheeky 1-0 Burnley. And to be honest, Burnley, I don't know, but I think they play really well against Tottenham. So, big game. I do think Tottenham will be much better this year, though. Um, I don't think they'll be like anywhere near the relegation zone. And I do think they're going to score a lot of goals at home this season. Um, but for some reason in this game, I just keep coming back to that 1-0 Burnley. So it's going to be a close game. I don't know why, but my mind says 1-0 Burnley. So I'm going to go with 1-0 Burnley. And that's a big upset early in the season. And Tottenham, that's not what you want from Matchday 1. Getting defeated, but 1-0 to Burnley. But that's what I'm going with. Anyway, moving on. Tottenham fans will want me to move on too. Keep, keep dousing their team. Wolves and Man City. Now, I reckon Man City will win this. I just don't see Wolves winning it. They were pretty poor last season. Sure, they showed signs of improvement, but I still just think City will be too strong for them. I'm going to go City 2-0. Then we've got Chelsea and Palace. Now, this is actually a big game because we've got FA Cup winners, Crystal Palace, versus Chelsea, who are very, very good at home. Last season they were a bit patchy early, but then they retained form later to the back end of their season. This will be a good game. I'm going to go for Desmond. I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw. Anyway, next is Forest v Brentford. I almost said another new team in Forest, but Forest had been in it last year. I don't know why I thought that Forest had just come up. That's crazy. Forest, I reckon, sorry for saying that, Forest fans, but I don't know why I thought that. But I do think Forest will win this one. I do think Brentford could be facing relegation this season. Um, they've lost quite a few players, and I just think that Forest, I think if it's Forest's year to like maybe push for a Premier League title. Just saying it. 3-0 Forest. We'll see how that goes though. Man United. Oh my god. Here we go. Man United Arsenal. Massive game. Can Man United improve on last season's performance? I think last season they finished 16th. I could be wrong, then maybe they finished 17th, I don't know, or 15th. One of those positions. Um, they're going to want to improve, and to be honest, I don't know who they've picked up during the off season, but they're going to need to play a lot better. Can I see them winning this? Yeah, maybe, but you can't forget about Arsenal. Like, I reckon Arsenal push for the Premier League title again this season. I reckon they'll do really well. They've got some good players in their squad too, so you can't write off Arsenal. But yeah, no, this is going to be a tough one to predict. Um, I thought about a Man United win, I really did, but I just don't know. they're patchy sometimes, and they really frustrate you. Like, to be a Man United fan, that must frustrate you. That must have frustrated you last year. I reckon Arsenal could frustrate Man United in this game. And so yeah, I don't know. It's tough. It's tough to predict. I want to say a 1-1 draw, maybe, but no. I'm sorry, Man United fans. 3-1 Arsenal. Sorry about that, everyone. My headset just died. So yeah, I think Arsenal will be too strong for Man United, but I am here to be proven wrong. And in our final game, we've got my new team, Everton, versus Leeds United. Leeds hosting. Now, this one kind of scares me. And just before I actually say anything more and predict this game, I will say that yes, I did leave Leicester City to go to Everton because one, I was Leicester City, I think a year back, or 2 years back actually, I think, and they came up like literally. I'm an Australian, and I never used to follow this league, and so I picked Leicester City because I like the fox little logo. So I was like, no one else really interests me, so I'll just pick Leicester. And I love Jamie Vardy, and I love Madison, and Ndidi, and all those players, and they've all gone now. And to be honest, when I first watched them, they were really good, and then all of a sudden, and since that 2016 Premier League title, don't get me wrong, I think it was 2016. Um, yeah, they've just been so bad, and like they've gone down and then back up and then back down and then back up again, and it's just this continuous trend of going down, up, down, up, down, up. And to be honest, good luck to them this season in the championship. They could very well come up next year, um, and if they do, well done. But I'm not going to change back to them, of course. And I've now fully gone with Everton for my team because they're still blue, like Leicester City, because I like blue teams. And to be honest, Everton's kit this year's season looks good. And to be honest, I like a lot of their players as well. So, and I like their team, and they've got a new stadium. So I figured, well, let's pick Everton. Maybe they'll do well this season in their new stadium. But yeah, nah. Personally, I've liked Everton for a long time as well. I also like Chelsea, but you know, my mate barracks for Chelsea, so I'm not going to go with him and barrack for Chelsea. I'll barrack for someone else. So I've gone with Everton. I also very much could have gone for Man City, but I don't really like light blue. I like a darker blue. And I wasn't going to go for Brighton or Burnley or anyone else. Um, Not that Burnley's really blue, but I guess they've got blue in their kit, kind of. But yeah, I could have gone Brighton, didn't go with them. So yeah, I chose Everton. Hopefully they'll do well this season. Fingers crossed. But yeah, anyway, back to this game. We've got Leeds hosting Everton. Um, Leeds are a new team this season. They've been in the Premier League before. They dropped, and then they're a bit like Leicester, coming up, up, down, up, down, up, down. So yeah, tough game to predict. I reckon there will be a rocking Elland Road. I know they like to support their team down there. And to be honest, as much as it pains for me to say that Everton are going to lose this game, they're going to lose this game, aren't they? They're just going to lose this game. I also feel like if I pick Everton, Leeds will win, and if I pick Leeds, Leeds will win, and if I pick a draw, Leeds will win. So I'm just going to pick a Leeds win. Um, I don't think they'll smash Everton by any means. I do think Everton will score, but I don't know how many leads we'll get. So I'm going to go Everton 1. Yeah, Leeds 3. I reckon they've got some good goal scorers, and I reckon they can really punish Everton, um, which would be a good early boost for Leeds. as much as it pains for me to say because I am now an Everton fan. But yeah, those are my predictions for round one. Liverpool 2-1 over Bournemouth, Villa 2-1 at home over Newcastle, Brighton 3-1 at home over Fulham, Sunderland 1-0 home win over West Ham, Burnley a cheeky 1-0 Burnley over Tottenham away from home, 2-0 to Man City at Wolves, a 2-all Desmond between Chelsea and Palace at Chelsea, 3-0 to Forest at home, a 3-1 away win for the Gunners or Arsenal at Man United, and a 3-1 win for Leeds, as much as it pains for me to say it, at home to Leeds. So, yeah, those are my round one predictions for the Premier League. And we won't predict round two, but we will just have a look who we've got in round two. We've got Arsenal v Leeds. That could be a good game. We've got Bournemouth Wolves. We've got Brentford Villa, Burnley Sunderland, battle of the two newly promoted teams. We've got Palace v Forest. That's a good game. Everton v Brighton. Ooh, at the new stadium. Woohoo! I reckon we could win that. We definitely could win that. Fulham Man United, that's a good game. Man City Tottenham, that's a massive game. Newcastle Liverpool, and then we've got West Ham Chelsea in the derby. So yeah, some good games there. But yeah, we won't predict that now. We'll predict that closer to the date of when they play. But yeah, anyway, thanks for watching this stream, and I will be live in a matter of minutes for a honorary stream for Maddie, oh, sorry, not Maddie, Luna Lovegood and Claire, which will be a Rocket League stream. So if you want to jump in the Rocket League tournaments or just jump in stream, because I'll be playing some 2v2 private games or just normal matches before those tournaments commence, then stop by and yeah, enjoy. Otherwise, if not, enjoy the rest of your day. Alright guys, cheers.